Hi, and welcome. Today, I want to talk to you about standing. Standing is one of the most difficult things that we do. Ask any school teacher. Being on your feet for any length of time is exhausting. So when we stand, we want to have our feet about shoulder width apart. This gives you a good base. I tell my students you want to be more like the Eiffel Tower and less like the Sears building. You want to have a wide base, and that keeps you more balanced. It improves your balance, actually. If I had a narrow base and someone were to come over and shove me, I would easily fall. But with a wider base, if someone were to shove me, I wouldn't go anywhere. And why is this so important? It's important because lateral falls have more hip fractures. Most people get a hip fracture from a lateral fall than rather a forward or a backward fall. So that's something really important. That should be an infomercial on TV. Anyway, when we stand on our feet, most people have the tendency to stand on their heels. They stand back here, right? And so let's take that even one step further. This, okay? This is a very common stance. So we want to be, instead of on our heels, we want to be over the large arch, which is between your heel and the ball of the foot. So you're a little further forward. Now this makes sense because the human body goes forward. We don't really go backwards, we go forward. So we want our intention to be forward. So try that. And you can find that, sorry about that truck, you can find that if you just sort of go back and forth and split the difference between the ball of the foot and the heel, you find that you actually have a lot of real estate on that large arch. I like to think of this arch, it's called the medial arch. I'd like to think of it as a trampoline. And if you were a trampolinist and you wanted to just stay on one spot of that trampoline, you would make yourself rigid, right? But if you didn't care where you landed on the trampoline, what part of that large arch, you would have to release and be free. So one thing that you can do, one little practice, this is a great thing to do in some place where you have to stand for long periods, grocery store, DMV line, church. If you just sort of trace that large arch, see how I'm just kind of going around in a circle? I call this wafting and waving. It's an old theater warm-up. If you just trace that circle, it's easier to stand because you're incorporating movement into your standing. And if you were to do this for any length of time, you would automatically, which is what just happened to me, start to move in a figure eight, which is really kind of cool. So play with that because we stand so much in so many places and it does get tiring. So adding a little bit of movement to your standing will make it less exhausting. Okay, happy standing.